Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? We are on number 2 of the Here Comes Summer soap series. This one was fun. This one, people might say it's not too pretty. It might be too unique. Does that make sense? But I had lots of fun planning it. A little bit of problems with the execution, but turned out stellar. I couldn't be happier. So let's go check out Watermelon Mania and we'll chit chat after that. Okay, into our soap. It is Wonky Watermelon. It is not Watermelon Mania. That is actually the fragrance oil for this soap. So this soap is in 2 parts. The first part being the luscious red fruit of the watermelon, unless you make pickled watermelon rind. That used to be a thing. I don't know if it still is, but it's supposed to be good. So we are starting with Voodoo and Trial by Fire micas. That is my favorite blend to make my watermelon soaps. Our fragrance oil is Watermelon Mania, which I'm going to tell you right now, thickens, accelerates. And there are poppy seeds, not a lot, just like 1/4 of a teaspoon, just to give it that little bit of aesthetic look. It's just for looks. It's not for exfoliation. We did the salt bar, that's for exfoliation. This is just for looks. Okay? So, here we are. The next day. Yeah, it's to figure out how much you need, it's, the same formula. It's just half of a column mold instead of a full one. But however, I forgot to take into account that my mold is not that big, like my nails. It's not that big, so I had to cut it. So then I'm short soap batter for the overall bar. Yeah, and at this point, I didn't know what I was going to do. I kind of panicked a little bit. But, so I hacked this off, and then I decided that, you know what, I cut the tip off, but I'm going to cut these into wedges. They didn't cut very well, and I'm not really sure why, because this is a cheese knife, and it usually cuts very, very well, so not sure. They're a little rough looking, and I really didn't take the time to make them any different. And I wasn't even sure what I was doing with them at this point. So this is the next day, and same oil solution, same lye water, right? We're just starting a new batch of soap, and my colors are going to be, that one is Kermit green, and then the dark one is Savage green, which I absolutely adore. And titanium dioxide will be in the rest. So the execution of this bar, I'm sure didn't turn out quite exactly 100% as I planned. But just so you know, like I said, this fragrance oil accelerates. It says moderately, and when they say moderately, I want to say it accelerates plenty. Okay, because right now there is no fragrance oil in the white. There is fragrance oil in, I'm putting it in the greens. Okay, so to execute this, I'm going to do a simple bowl swirl with the greens. Okay, and I have never used this fragrance oil before. I was taking chances on certain fragrance oils, and this is the one I ended up choosing, and I'm happy with it. The scent is definitely, a nice juicy watermelon, very fruity, very awesome, all the things. Now usually I put white on top of the green, and because of the way I was doing the bar, I didn't. The white goes on top. Okay, but as you notice, this has set up hellaciously set up. And so true to my form of myself, somehow I'm going to get that green in there. Doing my absolute best. I should have put it in a Ziploc bag and just squeezed it in there. That would have been, option number 2, but I was already kind of panicking because it was, setting up so thick. So it's not moderate, it's pretty thick. Because watch, we're going to put this in here. Of course, this has titanium dioxide, which will thicken it anyway. But it doesn't take much before this stuff is pretty dang thick to where, look at. It's definitely accelerates. So then there's also another little trick with this fragrance oil. But I get to this point and I realize I am short soap batter in this soap. So I'm looking at those pieces and I'm like, well, I have 7 of them. Amazingly. I'm just going to put them in on top of my soap. Yeah, I had to use my other mold because my other mold had the updated spacing, which I really just need to redo and massively mark the molds. But yeah, that's a thing. So this is how that goes. Okay, 2 steps. You're gonna have to, if you do it, you're gonna have to figure out the ratio of what goes in the column mold and then how much you need in the big mold and, all sorts of fun things. But that's a whole nother video. So there you go. Did I seep up this? Oh, yes, I did. And look at that. All nice and pretty except that big gaping hole on the side. Whoops. It's okay. It's still soap. But I did line it up super well. And oh my gosh, are those cute. So cute. Like, I will be honest, I was actually thinking of just not tanking this, but like sending them out in orders in the summer because I thought they were going to be atrocious. And they're adorable. They're literally adorable. Like, look how cute they are. Okay, so that back one is a little, yeah, I need to change something up with my cutting, but that's a process for another day. But aren't they adorable? They are super cute. Super cute. And those little poppy seeds in there, just for looks, not for, massive exfoliation. We talked about that. But yeah, they're just adorable. Just adorable. What do you think? Tell me what you think. So cute. Here are the fragrance notes for this super cute bar. Here are the bars right after I cut them. And here are the bars. Surprise! It also discolors after they're totally cured. How was your weekend? Mine was totally awesome. Saturday, I had all these plans on what I was going to accomplish. And basically all I accomplished was taking some soaps from my drying rack and putting them away. And then taking some that are getting too old. They're not old. They're just, to save the fragrance oil. I shrink wrap them after so long if I have leftover soaps. So when you buy older soaps, you'll get them shrink wrapped because, to save on the fragrance oil. Yeah. So I was doing that and then updating my website. I spent quite a few hours updating some stuff on my website. It always takes me a while, but I used my son's computer this time, so it was so much easier. So much easier. But Sunday was so busy. The highlight of my day was we did, as a parish, as a town, we did our Corpus Christi procession. I don't know how many other places do this, okay? I'd love to know. Please tell me. But I swear my priest told me that a town like 100 miles away, which is bigger than ours, and the priests there are like, how do you get everybody to cooperate and do this stuff? We have 4 Catholic churches in our town, and all the priests participate if they are around. Yeah, it was so cool. It was hotter than heck. Like, it was almost 90 degrees, and they have singing and prayers, and you walk along, and they were spreading flower petals in the streets. It was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we go from one church to another church to another church to another church through the streets of town. Such an awesome thing. It was so beautiful. Yeah. So that was my weekend. Oh, and then the massive thunderstorm that rolled through, and then we lost power for most of the night. So what a way to end the weekend, with a bang. Yes. But tell me about your weekend. What did you do? What was your highlight of the weekend? But anyway, 3 things to take with you. Be kind, be forgiving, and be you. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. And God bless.